Some things that I learned in this class. Well, this is one of my favorite classes I think I've taken before, just because I felt like really personally connected to everyone in the class. And it was a small class, but I think overall being a presence in the class was worth it. It just helped me become a better person overall. But regardless, some of the things that I learned in this class: effective communicational skills. First off, of course, you have your verbal communication, having a back and forth conversation with a colleague or a friend or anyone, maybe someone new. It all depends on how you speak clearly and like tall, I guess I would say, is how I would say that. And just making sure you aren't going off of some random tangents all the time, making sure you get to the point in a good manner, and just like I said, speaking clearly and poetically, and making sure that your idea is getting across to another person. Well, so also, like, that was verbal. So another example is nonverbal, which is how like your facial structure is and how you like smile or how you react to other people's whenever they're talking to you. Or it could be like eye contact in ways or another, or even just a typical smile, or just like having like a positive attitude when you're like listening, like kind of things like that. And another form of communication could be written. So this could go back towards emailing a bunch of your colleagues, talking about, well, it could be anything at this point, but it could go back towards text messages, writing an essay, just making sure that whenever you are writing something that you're writing in the most probably the most proper way that you can communicate yourself is think how you would be talking to your mother or another person in that way, or just someone that you wouldn't want to look down or degraded at you for it. I think that would be very important especially when it comes to writing emails to teachers, colleagues, coworkers, people that you work with in the field. All comes back towards just being a kind person and just not trying to be too overly aggressive. And that can go back on all three of those examples. Presentational skills. So I think this goes a little bit with how you present, but how you present yourself at the same time. So when you're presenting like a presentation, it could be a new idea for the company or a business idea, like a new business idea that you're potentially working on. And you have to sound confident. You can't just go in and be like, okay, this is my idea. You have to like, this is what I have to show you. This is what I want to do with it, and this is how I can make both of us be better out overall. But that's just examples when it comes to presenting like a presentation. I'm more on now talking about how you present yourself, talking about how you can be more like properly like presented, so like properly dressed and on time and stuff like that, but smiling and like keeping like a good like overview of eye contact and stuff. um, Team management skills, I think, would mostly go back with dealing with difficult people, or maybe even dealing with some sort of just issue that you could be having to deal with, especially in the workforce. You will have to deal with multiple people at the same time. I think I don't need to say much more else, but I believe that this class was very beneficial for me, and that I would definitely recommend it to anyone else. But thank you. Great semester.